So, with the theme of more positive stuff, I thought I would share the very first meditation that I ever learned that actually got me there. And it's called the Sacred Silence or Breath to Heart meditation. It's from a book called Awakening Spirits by Tom Brown. And this was taught to Tom Brown by his buddy's grandfather, Stalking Wolf, who was a Native American. So I'm just going to walk through this. I'm not going to do like a guided, but this is just a step-by-step on a really powerful meditation. So first, we're going to start with the breathing sequence. So concentrate fully on the breathing. Feel the rise and fall of the chest. Follow the flow of the breath in and out of the lungs and across the lips. And you can move on after about 60 seconds. And then the command breath sequence. It takes about you do it 3 to 5 times. So you take a deep breath, hold briefly, and then release completely. So focus all distraction, tension, and discomfort into the breath. Let it go with that exhalation and just let everything flow out with the air leaving the lungs. So the way I would always interpret this is I would say to myself, literally, I breathe in pure white light, pure love, harmony, peace, and abundance. I exhale all frustrations, anxieties, and fears. Leave me now. And obviously you say that internally, you're not saying it vocally because you're breathing, right? But that's what I would chant to myself. So as I breathe in, pure white light, love, harmony, peace, abundance, I exhale all frustrations, anxieties, and fear. Leave me now. And that's part of the command sequence, right? So let's see after that. So you start with the body relaxation sequence. And that's basically like an astral projection type situation. I didn't know that when I first learned this, but holy moly. And what's cool is that, once you learn all of the steps, you start to take steps away as you get better at this. And the whole idea is it comes down to you can get into that meditative state in just one breath, which hence the breath to heart. So it's super cool stuff. I love it. I'm super intrigued by it. So let's see here. So you take a deep breath and then you're going to hold while flexing and tightening your feet, ankles, shins, and calves. So after you've been breathing, now you're going to start this sequence, the body sequence. So you start by just flexing your feet, ankles, shins, calves. And then again, when you release that, when you exhale, you're commanding all of the negative things to leave you, but that's when you stop flexing as well. You let it relax into that exhale. Next, as you breathe in, you're flexing your thighs, your butt, your lower abdomen. And then again, you exhale and relax the flexing. Moving on, you move up to the upper abdomen, back, and chest. Exhale and release the flex. Then you move to shoulders, arms, forearms, and hands. And this one's fun because you're literally just doing this. But I'll explain why it does what it does here in a second. After that, you're going to go to head, neck, and face. Head, neck, and face is hard because how do you flex your neck, your head, and your face at the same time? I mean, and that's kind of the point. It's like trying to feel the inside of your hand. Just go for it, right? And then exhale. So at that point, what you've done is you've brought all of your attention inside because you're thinking about those different body parts. You're not thinking about all the other things in your life. You're focused on you, which is helping to bring that attention internal, right? And then we start with the white light sequence. So you imagine a column of pure white light descending. It's warm like bath water, like a hot spring, and it's soothing, relaxing, and that white light starts to enter your toes, and then it fills up the feet, the ankles, and then the shins and the calves. And I like to just think of it as this warm, like bathwater light that's slowly rising up. And I like to, myself personally, think about, like when you're stepping into a pool or whatever, you can feel that line of water, that tension that you're breaking through the water tension and it goes up your skin. Think about that. That's how it helps me just make it that much more real when I'm going through this. So anyways, as you breathe in, this white light is moving up, right? So as you breathe in, next is your thighs, your butt, your lower abdomen. Exhale all the negativity. Breathe in that light up to your abdomen, your back, your chest. Exhale negativity. Again, shoulders, arms, and forearms, hands, fingers. Exhale negativity. And then you move up to the head, neck, and face until finally you're fully encapsulated in this light. It's really cool. I love this sequence because you really feel like you're sitting in a ball of light. It's really good. And after all the flexing and, stressing out your muscles a little bit, they feel so much more relaxed at this point. Now, after this, you go into the body position sequence. So you give full attention to the position of your body. Note how each area is positioned. Just take 60 seconds noticing throughout your body. How does your position feel, right? Here comes the gravity sequence. So you start to feel a heaviness, like gravity is pulling you down into the earth. And just imagine, like the way that I think about it is it's kind of like the reverse of bringing the white light into you. It's like I imagine like a halo coming down, and every part that halo crosses just starts to feel heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier until you get down to your feet. And at that point, you literally want to imagine yourself like literally going down into the earth and being inside the earth and being inside the ground, right? Your astral body is moving down into the earth, grounding yourself. And at this point, you start the pain sequence. So you focus on any particular pain that's going on in your body, any discomfort, anything that's causing you pain, really, anything that's just not cool with your system, right? And it's kind of interesting because at this point, you have to give that pain a shape. So for instance, I had teeth issues a while ago with my back tooth, and it would kill me. It felt like somebody was jamming an actual like an ice pick in my skull. So to help with this pain, I would do this meditation, and I would imagine literally like my astral self pulling this metal spike out of my jaw. And then you want to crumple it up into a tiny little ball. You're not doing this, actually. This is all in your head, right? You crumple it into a tiny little ball, tiny, 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 and then you let it go. You just let it go into the earth. That pain is now gone. You've just imagined yourself. You've given that pain a shape, and you've taken it and you've removed it from yourself. It's a really powerful exercise. It's a really powerful part of this sequence. So once you've done that, you can take all the time you want, removing different pains. After that, you're going to start, it's the flying sequence. It's basically, this is your chance to go and cruise around the valley or whatever, right? So again, you imagine your body coming up, your astral body meeting your natural body, but it keeps going up. And now you get a chance to take flight. So imagine yourself, I personally like to imagine myself flying straight up into space and getting a full world view. And then I think about a specific area that I'd like to travel to. So for instance, since I'm in Utah, I think about Moab. I'll fly down to Moab, zip around all the cool sandstone and the arches and everything. And you're only spending about 60 seconds in each one of these sequences, right? So 60 seconds can start to feel like it's not that long of a time if you get lost flying around places, right? But the whole idea is you want to visualize it like it's real, like it's actually happening, and you're living it first person. You don't want that third person perspective, like outer body experience type of thing. You want first person perspective when you're going through these exercises. So anyway, spend about 60 seconds flying around, and then you come back down into your body, and this is when you start the trigger sequence. So this is when you really feel that breath to heart take place. So you want to take a gentle, deep breath, and you want to hold it. And imagine the last shreds of tension, distraction, pain leaving as you exhale that breath. Now you take a gentle, deep breath, hold it, and imagine the same thing. You're going to do this over and over. And again, like I said earlier, I breathe in pure white light, pure love, harmony, peace, and abundance. I exhale all frustrations, anxieties, and fear. Leave me now. That's my mantra that I've used, and it works very well. You can use your own, but that's the gist of it, right? So at that point, you're good. You can end the meditation. You can get up. You can kind of shake everything out. It will cause a little bit of dizziness and lightheadedness for sure. But what's cool is in the book, he's explaining this meditation, right? And he says it gets to the point where instead of having to lay down and go through this process, you can move to sitting up and go through this process, to standing up and going through this process, to walking around going through this process, to running. Like grandfather in the book is literally talking about running through the forests connected. He's in that zone. He's vibing with the breath to heart. And again, once you get proficient at this, start taking some of these steps away, and you'd be surprised how all of a sudden you take in one big breath, exhale, and you're there. And one of the keys or the triggers to help you understand that you are there is after that first breath, if you can feel your pulse in your head, like you can feel it, you've done it. Great job. Kudos to you. I'll do another one about the sacred space meditation. But again, I love this meditation. It's changed my life. I've since evolved into the middle pillar exercise. This is a very great place to start, though. This will help you get there. Cheers, guys.